All right, and we're going to kick off this webinar. Thank you guys for joining us today. We are here with Mike Huey, who is going to lead us on the manufacturing industry webinar series, How to Leverage AI in Your Sales Efforts. So, Mike, I will pass this on to you.
Great, great. Well, thank you, Katie. I enjoyed chatting with you before the session and all the work you've had. Thanks to CMMA for this opportunity. I'm really excited as both a member and to be able to help reinvest back into that community. So, welcome everyone. Hopefully today we're going to have a fun time. I know at times you could be doing something else, but I give you my commitment. I'm going to do everything I can in my power to make this a great return on the investment of your time you're going to be spending with us today. And so by the time we're done, you're going to hopefully have your mind stretched a little bit about where AI is. And I may do some sprinkling of futuristic talk about where it's heading and to what you should be keeping your eyes out for. You're also going to learn some actual practical things you can do right now in your sales process to start implementing AI, no matter what tool it is out there. So thanks again for coming. Before we get started, I'd like to at least share just high level a little bit about myself so that you understand the context from my speaking. Sometimes I own a consulting firm. We have consultants who work for us, and a lot of times I talk with some consultants. They have no background, they're just book knowledge people, or I pick up a great book and then I find it, well, this is just written by a college professor who really doesn't know what he's or she's talking about in this area. So I want to at least give you some context because I don't know everything. Ask my wife, she'll tell you that's for sure. And so it gives you an idea. I've been in sales for 30 years, started selling technology. So I've been in selling technology, rubbing shoulders, working in technology since 92, pretty aggressively. I've been in sales management for 20 years. And then for the last 15 years, I've been scaling companies all over the country, either as a key employee, like a vice president of sales, or now my company is turning 5 years old in a couple months, July 1st. So over the last 5 years, we've been scaling companies. So that's the background. Also, about regarding AI, probably, I don't know, 4 years ago, my son, who owns a very large tech firm down in Austin, we're talking like almost 200 employees. He said to me about 4 or 5 years ago, Dad, you know how computers really changed the world for our grandparents? You have got to get on AI now because AI is going to change. It's going to make the changes computer did to the paper, yellow pages and all that. You know how that was an exponential growth? That's going to be nothing compared to what AI does. You've got to get on that. So I've been studying AI now for the last 4 years, working it, trying to bring it into our business, and that's the background. So let me get started, share my screen with where we're going. And I think you can see my screen now. Is that correct? Katie, give me a
Still,
heads up.
oh, good now. Yep.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. So let me just walk through. A technology always changes the way we do business. It always has. So for instance, it used to be before cars were made, salespeople had to get on horseback or they do door to door or they had a little retail shop. When the car was invented, it literally changed the way business was done. Now salespeople could get in a car and they could start doing route sales. You started seeing the development of sales territories because it expanded a salesperson's reach. Then the next thing that came out was the telephone. That was a radical concept. Salespeople used to have to stop at either telephone booths or we didn't have mobile phones, so that you do the little pay phones, and that enabled you to call back to the corporate office or call clients or make sure you have meetings, things like that. That continued to expand. Then computers, we've already talked about that. The ability to just pull up a database really changed how we do it. Then in the last probably 15, 20 years, the advent of the mobile phone, that's not just a phone, but it's really a computer in your hand, changed. So now we can not only call them, we can text, but most CRMs, we have an app in that phone and we can actually be doing work right in our phone, no matter where we're at in the car. If we just had a sales meeting, we don't have to pull out a laptop and update our notes on that meeting. We can literally just pull up the app and we don't even have to type. We can push a button and just voice record it. I met with Katie over at MMA. We had a great meeting. Here's our needs. Here's our talks. Here's our next steps. Click, done. and it's all done. So that really changed it. The next movement that is going to dramatically change how we do business and how salespeople work is AI. And so, just to help you be aware, that's how monumental this whole thing is. The question that I also hear from a lot of people is, will AI replace salespeople? And I think that there is a group of salespeople it will replace, but most of the time, AI is actually replacing inefficient work. If your sales is all at all dependent on relationship building, AI cannot do that. So if all you're doing in your sales role is taking orders over the phone and that's your sales role, your job will be replaced by AI. If, on the other hand, your role is we need to have some discovery questions, we need to build relationships, there needs to be trust, AI cannot do that. So as long as your sales requires relationships, your job is safe and it's needed. AI replaces the inefficient work. And to be honest, great salespeople hate inefficient work. They hate having to go back to their laptop or even updating all the records and logging calls and logging meetings. It's highly inefficient. A sales rep's highest value activity is face to face with clients and prospects. And so AI will really help automate that and free you up to do a lot more of that and a lot less of the stuff we hate doing. So just to kind of give you an idea of what AI does really well, it processes data. AI can update your CRMs for you. It can generate sales reports. In fact, one of the predictions I am making at the time of this recording, you have to understand AI is evolving so rapidly that even if we did this webinar in 6 months, there will be things AI is doing 6 months from now that it's not currently doing. It is a rapid evolution. I am predicting that probably within 2 to 3 years, that's my guess, CRM software will even be questionable because now we'll be able to create AI tools that are customized CRMs for us at our company at a fraction of the cost of what a lot of people are paying CRM companies to do. It's not there yet, but it's coming. And so, but nevertheless, the ability to process data, get your sales reports, do all that kind of stuff, AI does that really well. It recognizes patterns. It will help do things like look at your forecast, look at your pipelines, look at past sales, help you see where the patterns are and where you should be maybe devoting more time to, because this group buys more often at this kind of profit margin. Or it will recognize patterns like when clients or prospects are in this situation, they are more prone to do some upselling or cross-selling, things like it can recognize all of that. It is also great at automating scheduling, automating research. I'll get started a little bit more in research, especially for prospective sales calls that you have in just a minute, but it's phenomenal at research for you. Now, where AI struggles is building trust and human connection. When it's all said and done, business is really a connection between people who trust each other. That's what business is. I trust if I give you this much money, you're going to do this for me. The only time that we have that automated is more often in a business to consumer environment, like shopping on Amazon or some kind of website. I'll put the money there and I'm expecting a shipment or a delivery. There's not trust needed there because the system has been built. But if you're working at all in a business like business to business, like most people on this call with CMMA, you're needing to have relationships. They could go to other manufacturers, or they could go to other fabricators or other injection molders or whoever's on the line and find out what they want to sell, but they're trusting you at your firm to do that. So AI really struggles in that area. It's also terrible at reading people's body language at this point in time. May not always be that way, but right now it still struggles. So that if you say, well, here's the price, and the person like pauses and isn't sure what to, you as a salesperson can pick that up intuitively. Oh, they're pausing. I can either stay quiet like a good sales rep would, or I can start asking questions, or whatever that is. I can see hesitation, whereas AI just recognizes that as a time block. So kind of be aware of that. So the other thing, I'd love to hear. Let me do some interaction for a second. Can I do a quick hands up in this, Katie? How many of you sell to committees or groups? Put your hands up, or just say me or something like that, so that Katie gets some kind of idea how many people are on the line that actually sells to more than one person at a commit, like in a committee sale.
Very few of the sales that this is Robert Schlegel, Bob Schlegel. Very few of the sales that our organization wins is at a committee level.
Okay. Okay. Great. Thank you. Any others? All right. So so obviously AI cannot make, if you do have a larger, like we've sold into aerospace and into major universities, or large hospitals like Johns Hopkins. Some of those AI cannot sell, cannot read, cannot figure out organizational politics. The whole, I'm meeting maybe with the director of HR, but they're going to also need to run this proposal by the COO and maybe the CFO. That kind of dynamic, AI is not good at being able to work at or work with. And the last area it struggles with is obviously negotiating and actually closing the deal, actually asking for the order. So those are areas AI struggles. Where AI fits in the sales process is all five of these areas, and we're going to go into a little bit in detail. If you are a business that needs to prospect new leads, AI can fit into that process. If you need to prepare for your meetings, AI fits that process. The meetings itself, the follow-up, the forecasting, AI definitely has a role to help automate a lot of the unneeded or the inefficient tasks that a salesperson does, so that the salesperson can actually stay really hyper focused on reading the people, understanding the needs, being intuitive with the questions. There's times that I'm sure almost all of us use AI at the very base level of chatting, getting a chat. How can I do this? How can I do that? And some of you probably say, hey, what are some questions I should ask? If you look at that, some of those questions are great, but they will not handle enough for a sales meeting, because you need to say, hey, not only do I want to ask, what are you doing here with this product or this issue? I want to hear what they say back, and I, in my humanness, need to be able to be fluid, to be able to ebb and flow and dive deeper. And AI struggles with that. So there's all of that AI is available for. So let's talk about prospecting first. AI can actually be used to help you identify buyers. First, it can help you look at past orders over the last year, 2 years, 3 years. You can upload that information, have it do some analysis, and it will actually spit out and say, hey, you need to be going after customers that are in this industry and this size and this title. Those are the ones who you have a higher closing ratio with and higher profit margins with, because they see your value, so they're not negotiating with you on price. AI can tell you that kind of information. Then once you have that, you can say, okay, I want to go and give me 10 companies that are in this region that fit this profile, and give me their names, email addresses, phone numbers, so that we can prospect it. And AI will go out and search and find that prospecting list, as an example. So it will help you identify buyers. It will help you find the decision makers. I just told you that if you know the role at a company, you can use AI to say, if I sell to shop floor managers who also then take that proposal to the COO, as an example, I can ask AI, at this company, I want to know who the shop floor managers are and who the COO's contact information. Get it all to me. And there's all kinds of tools. I've listed a couple here that are search engines, but they're utilizing AI more and more to do that. So that's available. That's right now, at the time of this recording, completely available for you. Next, before AI, before your sales call, you can use AI pretty heavily. There will be a time that even in the last month that has really come up really well, and that is I want to encourage you, whatever AI tool you use, upload your sales documents into like a folder for AI. Also, ask AI to review all of learn and remember all of the information in your sales documents. It could be website videos. It could be PDFs. It could be whatever you have. Okay, have it research all that. It can do it really fast. Then tell it, I want you to also go out and look at our website and learn everything about our company you can. Keep that in memory. Next, you can say, I want to upload my ideal client, whatever that is, and make sure that it has a really good understanding of who you are, what your company does, what your value propositions are. And then you can say, I also want you to go out and say, what are the top 10 bottlenecks, constraints, concerns, questions that this market, maybe you're selling to precision machine shops, and what are the struggles that they're facing? What's the top concerns? All of that, get all of that, have AI store that. Now, once you have that in storage, you can say, okay, I've got a sales call with ABC company next, tomorrow. And here's the information I currently know. Maybe you're using HubSpot or Salesforce.com or something. Let it read that information, and then say, I want you to analyze them and everything based on what you know about us. What are their top needs that you would predict that they might have? And what are the sales resources that you think I should be bringing or highlighting in this presentation? Or maybe it's, we're hopefully past the discovery meeting, but you know what I'm saying? It will literally pull it all together and say, here's probably the top 5 areas that you should probe. Here's the resources and the sales sheet, or maybe the link to a video that would really augment or help you with that. It can completely help you do all of that and get that completely ready for you. So that way you're not having to, I got to spend 20, 30, 40 minutes reviewing HubSpot. I got to go out to their website. AI can do all of that for you. So now you're coming in really equipped. You've got at least a game plan. You probably have a sales playbook. If you've worked with a company like ours, we probably already have a sales playbook established. So you got the things the order of your sales methodology that should be going. But now you have a really unique, specific game plan for this sales call that you're going to be going into. Then during the sales meeting, it will augment your admin work that you're having. It will there's all kinds of, just like you have Fathom or Fireflies or some of these things that record Zoom meetings. There are also AI tools let me get on my phone. I'll show you, there's AI tools that you can do to record live meetings. One I use is Plaud, Plaud, and you buy the thing, and it's just a manual thing you push, and it will record it and give you even better summaries than Fathom does. But you get all of that done for you. I'm sure that there's going to be things you can use on your phone and augment that, but you're using phone battery time. So whatever works for you. There's all kinds of ways that AI can listen, record, summarize those meetings, and then get that summary back to the prospect so that they know you're really on the same page as where they're at. And then the CRM updates. You can literally say, here's this. I don't know the last time I've had to update. I use HubSpot in our company. I don't know the last time I literally had to update my CRM manually. Because I use AI so much, it just does it for me. It puts the notes in, it schedules the next task based off of the notes. It says, hey, you said you were going to talk to John next Thursday. It schedules a task for me to call and create that meeting. It's automated. It's all done for you. So it will help during the sales process. You know what? Well, let me toss out one other thing. After the sales process is done, you also need to be using AI to look at the putting in your pipeline, putting in your forecasts, and see how reliable forecasts have been in the past. It does a great job at analyzing sales trends, forecasts. If you're always saying, yeah, I'm going to make $1 million in sales this year, but for the last 3 years, your forecast is you've always come in at 20% below, it's going to tell you that, and it's going to help you diagnose why your forecasts are never being met, as an example, and what are some recommended trends and things you should change in your sales methodology. If, for instance, you're noticing that your sales have historically been small companies and you're wanting to move into larger account things, it will help you get some tools and understanding of things you should be doing to sell into bigger and bigger accounts. As an example, AI is extremely powerful in analyzing past sales. Put in what your goal is, and it will help you understand what are the obstacles you need to overcome and the steps you need to do to move towards whatever that goal is. If you're saying, I've got great sales in Minnesota and I want to start moving more sales into South Dakota, it will help you analyze and create that game plan for you. It's a powerful tool. Now, none of what you do take in with AI should just be taken in without thought or reflection. 100% of everything you do with AI, you need to look back, go over it, and review it and edit it. Instead of thinking of AI like an app or a software package or a technology, I want to encourage you to start thinking of AI like a robot. In fact, one of the terms that you're going to see more and more of is having an AI agent. It's like having a sales agent, a secret agent, whatever you want to call that, that's actually another employee in your firm working for you. Think of it like that. And that agent, that robot produces something for you. You need to go over it and edit it, look at it, revise it. And then in many of the situations, you can take your revision, send it back to your robot, and they'll store that in memory so that every time they become better and better at providing you the things that you need. So just kind of be aware of that. I like this slide about where top sales reps spend their time. Before AI, or if you're choosing not to use AI, sales reps spend a lot of time doing admin work. They're spending a lot of time doing CRM updates. They're scheduling their own tasks. They're scheduling their own appointments. And they're having to manually go into dashboards and look at reporting and resources, things like that. When salespeople use AI heavily, they're doing a lot more selling. It's a lot more conversations, a lot more relationships, a lot more face-to-face things that they're doing. And so for every hour you're not face-to-face, you're spending time doing something that is pulling you away from a revenue generating activity. One of the organizations we helped coach was in Seattle, and literally got to the point where the sales team were literally, there was 6 sales reps, different territories, and the only time they weren't meeting clients was Monday mornings and Friday afternoons. From Monday afternoon on, they literally, the outside sales reps would just go from meeting to meeting to meeting, and the next day they would drive meeting to meeting to meeting to meeting. And that was a high octane sales force. That's the point of what you want to be able to do. And so you're going to see AI almost like an inside sales force, really helping do a lot of the administrative work for you. The future of sales, AI handles the data, the research, automation, pattern recognition. If you need any of those type things done in your sales world, you need to be learning or asking AI how it can do it, and it will coach you how to use it. If, on the other hand, you're needing accounts where they need strategy, they need to build trust, you're negotiating, you're closing, that is strictly a human thing you've got to be able to do, and AI will not be able to take that over. Now, one of the areas I want to address quickly also is sales leadership. I'd like to ask one more time, are there any sales managers on the line?
Yes, I am.
Okay, one. Anyone else? All right. So then this is for you. Who said that they're in sales management? What's their name?
Bob Schlegel.
Bob, nice to have you, Bob. Thanks for your input. All right, so let's talk about sales management. Do you mind me asking, Bob, how many salespeople you have to oversee?
I have a team of 14 with 3 direct reports.
Great, sounds great. Thank you so much. All right, the first thing is AI can literally help you analyze sales calls. So you can upload recordings, you can upload videos if you video it, if it's like a Zoom meeting that's been recorded, whatever that is, it can take the transcript from a recording, like face to face, like I'm using with Plod or a Zoom. It will analyze the calls and it will tell you what behaviors the salesperson did well, what they didn't do well, and that alone really helps get some rapid understanding of how you can help that salesperson. Those are two of the training things. The other thing that I think is always fascinating is for salespeople to use AI. Now, you could do this in a sales team meeting or wherever it is, and that is to practice objections. Let's go back to the story of I've done AI. It's told me I'm going into a meeting with ABC Manufacturing, and it's told me what are the likely obstacles or bottlenecks that I need to probe deeper in. I can also say, okay, thank you. Based on what you know about us as a company, based on what you know I'm going to offer and the questions I'm going to ask, I would like to role play with you as though you're the prospect and I'm the salesperson. I'd like you to bring up probably the most likely 4 objections that I'm going to be facing. And it gives the salesperson a chance to role play. And I know salespeople hate role play. And it is one of the key things that increases a salesperson's skills is practice. If I'm going to be an actor, I practice. Before I do presentations, I practice. But yet, for some reason, salespeople don't think they should ever have to practice. And it makes it so smooth so that I've practiced that objection 2 or 3 times long before the client brings it up. And when the client brings up an objection, if I pause and I'm thinking and I say, well, yeah, I think we could, the trust level just dropped a little bit. But if I can, when an objection comes up, I've already handled that 3 or 4 times with AI in the car or back at the office, and they bring up an objection. I go, oh yeah, I understand that. I've heard that before. Here's what we boom, 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 boom. Now they go, oh, this person really knows what they're talking about. It's a really powerful way to help you in your sales training is to use AI in a couple of those areas. Sales managers can also use it for forecasting and analysis. I've gone into a lot here. Based on what you do, I want to encourage you to just have a conversation with whatever AI tool you're using and just say, help me analyze the pipelines. What are ways that I could see trends better? And just ask it, this is where I'm at, upload the data, upload the reports, tell it the goal of what you're trying to accomplish. What's the goal of what you're trying to find? And then it will do the work. It needs those 2 things. It needs the initial data and it needs to know what you're actually wanting out of that research. And then just let it do it. It will identify trends. It can help your salespeople start improving their forecasting, things like that. So just a couple key takeaways as we wrap this up. First, the future of sales is not AI versus humans. It's not versus. The future of sales is the people who really know how to use AI. That's the future. Just like if I remember at one of the offices when I was scaling a company across the eastern half of the U.S., I had a Washington, D.C. office, and the salesperson who was trying to work with us, he wanted to, get a job with us. We interviewed well, did all this stuff. And this is like 10 years ago. But the person, I said, well, why don't you send an email? And he literally could not run a laptop. He did not know computers. And this is like at the time a 50-year-old that's 10 years ago. And I was like, kindergartners know how to use a computer. I mean, we would look at that and go, there's no way this person can succeed as a salesperson because they don't know how to use a computer. The idea today of a salesperson not knowing how to use email, not knowing how to use Excel, not knowing how to use a CRM is just ludicrous. We'd be like, well, that salesperson could never, they won't make it. The same is true with AI. In 5 to 10 years, you're going to be looking back and you're going to be saying, the salespeople who do not know how to use AI, how can they survive? How can they? There's no way that they can stay current if they're not using AI. And so that's the future. I'm going to leave this information here. We're going to shift to a Q&A time. If predominantly our company helps business owners take off their sales hat and help put sales systems and processes in place, maybe scale the team. But once that's done, then we either help business owners either scale across the country, or we're also exit planners, so that we can help you either get the company ready for exit. So if you need 15 minutes with me, happy to have a conversation. You can click that QR code. But with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Katie to help moderate any kind of question and answers that came in on the chat.
All right. Does anyone have any questions? None came up in the chat. So
I have a question. Bob Schlegel again. Mike, what AI tool or engine do you recommend for business, and which is the most secure across an enterprise, from your understanding?
Great. Yeah, from my understanding, it's a totally valid question. There is now, everybody thinks of the big names, the Chat GPT, the Copilot, the Claude, the Plod, all that stuff. And those are two different ones, believe it or not. But the reality is there are thousands of AIs out there. And so that's what's unbelievable. To get started, I probably would recommend using Claude. If this was 2 years ago, I would have said ChatGPT, but ChatGPT is now getting kind of left behind. So I would encourage you to go to Claude. It has security levels, but it also gives much more robust answers and analysis. So hopefully that answers. But let me share with you, since you're still on the phone, the future of AI that may help you. You will be creating your own AI tools off of a platform. You'll be creating, I need an AI tool, agent, robot, whatever you want to call it, that does this. And then I need to create another AI tool that does that. And they're going to be two separate robot AI type systems. And that's the future. What's even going to be more powerful in the future is you're going to have a CEO AI robot agent that manages all of your AI agents, so that you can just manage the manager versus all these things. That's the future. But to get started, I'd recommend looking at something like Claude. It would be a great start.
Thank you.
It's a long answer to a short question. Hopefully it's beneficial. Okay. No other questions?
No.
Then I want to thank you for your time. It's been valuable, and I know you could be doing all kinds of other things, but feel free to reach out to us. We're here to help you in any way, shape, or form. Thanks for your membership at CMMA. It's a great organization that's really helping both young people get lined up into manufacturing. It helps a lot of the owners and the salespeople of manufacturing's network with other professional services, and just to kind of get best trends and best practices from each other. So I want to encourage you to keep your membership going and be active, because it's a great organization. Katie, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Yes, thank you very much, Mike. All of this will be posted on our socials. It'll be shared to you directly if you ever want to rewatch it. And then we'll also have all of Mike's contact information if you would like to reach out for him. But that is all for us today. So I want to thank you guys again for coming, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thank you much. Appreciate it.
Yes.